Hi, this is Nancy from Nancy's Garden Soap Co. And tonight I want to do a little testing of some of the fragrance oils that I have. So I have 6 ones that are either new or older fragrance oils that I haven't used in a long time. And I would like to test them out in this flower mold that you probably know that I love. Each one of these compartments is about 3 ounces. So I've calculated out my recipe and came up, if I used a pound of oil and 0.75 ounces per pound of oil, then I should use, I believe it's 21 grams of fragrance oil in the total batch. So 21 grams divided by 6 is a little more than 3 to 4. So I was shooting for 3 to 4 grams, and each container I just ended up putting 1 teaspoon, and then I weighed it, tearing out the little container and everything, and it's more like 5 grams. So I went back to my supplier to see what the maximum rate of usage is for my fragrance oils, and it's more in the line of 6% for soaps. So I'm well within that range of usability for soap making. So you have to check that with your individual fragrance oils to make sure you're okay. So I have 5 ounces, 1 teaspoon of each of these, and that's about 5 grams. Here's the fragrances that what I'm working with. This is wood smoke. It's kind of potent, smells like wet logs from a fireplace in the winter. This is Monkey Bombs, which is a banana citrusy type fragrance. This is Barber Shop, and to me this one's a little bit like, it's a little bit baby powder with I don't know, a little bit of a cologne type. This one's Fresh Ground Coffee. This one here is Pure Vanilla Cookie. It's an older fragrance, has kind of an almondy vanilla type scent. And this one is called Holiday Wish. Again, another old scent that has some kind of pine and citrus, I think, to it. So my lye is mixed up, and I think it's clear and cool now. I've added a pinch of Tussa Silk and a teaspoon of sea salt to it, and I have my oils measured out back here, and I think we're about ready to go. So when I come back, that's what we're going to do. All right, I am ready to mix the lye into the oils and get started. So here is my lye water that has the silk and the sea salt in it. And if you look very carefully, you can see a little bit of sand, or not sand, but some kind of crystals down there. I think it's just this specific batch of lye that I'm working with. So I'm straining it into my oil, so I don't get any of those extra pieces. It looks like I'm getting some of my silk that didn't quite dissolve too is also there, which is fine. I'm not worried about that. Alright, that goes into the sink, and I'm going to give this a little stick blending. I'm looking for a very light trace so that I have time to work with all these different fragrances, and hopefully I'll have enough time to get everything into the molds. Okay, so now what I'd like to do is I have this at thin trace, and I'm going to try to move kind of quickly. Turn on my scale, and I did label each of the mold containers with permanent marker, and I really thought that this permanent marker was going to come off from the last time that I marked it with my 6-in-1 soap, but it really didn't, even with rubbing alcohol, so I'm just writing over top of it. I got a lot of it off of it. So they're marked with the initials of what I'm putting in there. And this is tiered out. Let's put it onto ounces. I want about 3 ounces for each one. There's 3.1, and let's start with the one in the back. This one is coffee, so I'm going to add my teaspoon to it. Take a spoon, try to mix it well. into this back mold right here. I didn't add any coloring to this because I want to see what the how the soap performs and whether or not they have a high vanilla content to them. And some of these I know will, so that I expect them to discolor. This coffee smells really good. Really, it's called Fresh Coffee. And somebody told me I should put this on a cookie sheet, so I might have to do that. All right, next one. We eat a lot of yogurt around the house, so I'm using a yogurt container. Greek non-fat. It's good for my diet. Okay, let's see. We want 3. That's 3.35. I'm going to do this Holiday Wish, which is a slightly larger. I'm skipping one. The Holiday Wish fragrance oil will go in and mix it up. This one I've had for a number of years, a really long time, and it's really the reason that I'm mixing up this soap, because I had somebody who's looking for a fragrance that I made a soap out of many years ago, and it's either this one or some other one that I no longer have. Okay, I'm hoping it's this one, then I would know exactly what it is. So since this one was 3.4 and I know that this flower is a little bit larger than the others, I'm using this one in here. That's getting kind of thick. Yes, it is. It's also got a different color to it already. Kind of a, of course the fragrance oil is already a reddish color. And let's keep moving. Next. Let's do the vanilla, pure vanilla cookie. I expect that one to discolor. 3, and pour in the fragrance oil. It smells good. It has a little bit of an almond nutty fragrance to it that I don't care for that much. I don't know that I would call it hazelnut. Not exactly sure what it is. Not that great at describing fragrances either. You know, coffee I can. It smells like coffee. But the vanilla ones with the nut fragrance in it. Do that. Alright, you're off to the wood smoke one. There we go. Tear that out. Give this a stir. You know, start wondering if I mixed up enough soap. Alright, wood smoke is going in here. The only one that seemed to really accelerate so far is that Holiday Wish. Putting that in, it seemed to get really thick really fast. This seems to have like a browner color to it. Wipe off one of my spatulas. Make sure you're in frame. interesting that I already have different colors. If you look at that Holiday Wish off in the corner, amazing. That's already discolored. Right here, it's already orange color. And this one that I just did, the wood smoke, has a gray color to it. Scoop that off. I have a separate little container over here for samples, my extras. Okay, next. 2 more. Alright. This one's going to be Monkey Toots, which I actually, believe it or not, have never used before. Wow, that wood smoke is so potent. Really a strong smell. I just sniffed the little medicine cup that had the remaining fragrance in it, and it needs to be mixed with something else. I don't have any suggestions of what to mix wood smoke with. It smells like a log, a wet log, and it's really strong. Alright, and what's left here is going to be Barbershop. I do worry sometimes about whether or not I'm mixing the fragrance oil in when I'm doing, you know, this kind of work where each one has a different fragrance. It's not fun when you mix up soap, especially this last one. Mixing it up and then not scraping the sides sufficiently could mean that there's white streaks of soap. Got one more spatula. Let's do this. Let's scrape all the sides down. I don't know if you've ever seen that, where you mix a color in your pot where you did all your mixing, and then you pour it into the container, and there's some of the soap that still looks like it's natural color. It's going in there. And I think we did it. I've got a little bit of extra. And I have this cool mold right here, which I cannot see. There we go. I'm going to put some of my extra in to make little samples so nothing gets wasted. I may not remember what these fragrances are, but I did pick fragrances that were completely different from each other. The Barbershop, I wouldn't mix that with, at the same time, do this experiment with one that was like baby powder, because it smells like baby powder. So, or if you had 2 fruity ones, I don't think I would do Monkey Farts and Love Spell together, just because they're both fruity, or I wouldn't pick 2 tropicals together. Okay, I'll finish cleaning this up, and I will be happy to show this to you tomorrow when I unmold and see how we did. Okay, it's the next day, and I did not refrigerate these or anything, and if you can look at them, you can tell some of them have discolored. This is the Holiday Wish. It's already a darker fragrance oil anyhow, and it's also very old. That one turned a little orange, and I did see a slight change in color with this one. I don't know if that's obvious online. It's not, I mean, not that obvious to me today. And I made some samples. I think I'm going to try pulling out some samples first. Popping them out. I think this one was Monkey Bombs. Hard to tell, but it seems to pop out pretty well. These will just be little samples. Good testers. That one did not pop out too well. Let's try it this way. Not bad. I'm a little bit concerned that the soap solidified really fast for some of these in the mold, and I'm thinking they might have bubbles in them, so we'll see. This one here I think was wood. Check. Looks like I should have rinsed this out better. Yeah, that's wood smoke right there. It smells pretty good. It's not bad. It's very strong. Okay, let's try these. I might need to put them in the freezer for a little bit, but we'll start with this one right here. Almost perfect. I do see one little bump there. It's a pretty soap. Pretty mold. Let me get a little imperfection right there. Okay. I'm wondering if this is the same. It's called Holiday Wish. I'm wondering if it's the same as Christmas Wish. It did thicken up really fast. It smells pretty good. This one here is Vanilla Cookie. I expect this to turn brown. They're popping out pretty nicely. Look at that. And they're not even frozen. Vanilla Cookie smells very vanilla-y. This one here is Coffee. I'm excited about this one. Fragrance is not that great yet. It smells kind of like ammonia to me. This one is Barbershop. They're just popping right out. I used a teaspoon of sea salt in it. That one's a little bit like baby's breath. Did you see it enough right there? This one's Monkey Toots. Wow, they are coming out really easily out of this. It's only been about 12 hours since I made them. That one smells good. This one's the wood smoke. I think I might like this one. It might need to be mixed with something. If you have suggestions for what to mix a smoky flavor with, I appreciate it. Yeah, it smells like a fireplace. The nice smell you get from a fireplace in the winter when you go outside. That one's nice, but I don't think it's a little bit too, I don't know if the word's monochromatic. All right, let's take you off for a second and give you a peek at these guys. So we have Coffee, Vanilla Cookie, Holiday Wish. Again, if you've used something called Christmas Wish, if you would let me know either where you get it or what it smells like, I'd appreciate it. I think that might be a duplicate of Christmas Wish. This one here is Barbershop and Monkey Farts and Wood Smoke. So I think they look pretty good, and I was able to test out my different fragrance oils without making up a full batch of each one, so I can kind of see whether I like them. And really what I needed was this one done for a customer who might want to order a bunch of that with the Holiday Wish. Okay, thanks for watching. If you have comments, suggestions, questions, write them down below, and thanks for watching.